all of you wonderful, beautiful people. Hope everybody here is doing wonderful. Happy weekend if you're watching this on the weekend, my friends. Welcome in to another Battlesey Legendary Insane Start, my friends. So this is Malekith. What we're going to do is demonstrate how to basically snowball and be incredibly overpowered with Malekith. We've perfected near enough some of his stats here. There is variants of RNG that is involved. But what we're going to make sure to do is showcase and make sure you have the best information possible from Malekith's start. So thank you for watching in advance. And as you can see, one of the best things about Malekith is that control +8, which means you can loot and occupy for more slaves. Enemy leadership -8 is fantastic in lower difficulties, but with the legendary buffs, it kind of neutralizes the fact that they get that legendary buffs. But what we're going to do is we're going to be playing on legendary very hard as always, and within this one, it should be reproducible for any of the difficulties in which you attempt to play him in. Hey guys! So yeah, let's jump in and play Malekith here. Like I said, legendary very hard. He's got really nice stat line, and basically he fundamentally acts as a buy 3, get 1 free. Wait, buy 3, get 1 free. Yeah, tongue twister, but it makes sense. But welcome in, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Appreciate you all being here. And yeah, looking forward to playing a bit of Malekith. Oh, Freya wants to say hello. Let me move my drink over because we learned our lesson last time. Sorry, guys. The puppy wants to say hello. The beautiful puppy wants to say hello. So this is Freya, if you haven't met her before. My beautiful working British Cocker Spaniel. To say that she's got worker in her name, she doesn't pay rent. Am I right, guys? Freeloader. Hello. Get a job. But she's cute enough. She's cute enough not to. I love how she does big size and things as if she's not doesn't get the best food she can get. It gets taken out into lovely places all the time. Yeah, she's very spoiled. I look forward to seeing some Dark Elves. Nice. Yeah, I love a bit of Dark Elves. I am a big fan of them. I think Dark Elves for me are one of my more... Ooh, that's stinky. One of my more favourites. They're not top 5, but they're definitely up there for me. I really like them. Okay, darling. Gonna speak to the stream, okay? Good girl. Okay. So, let's jump in. Let's get the green screen on. Do you guys care? Green screen, no green screen? She's the reason I'm here. Your guys is here. Wouldn't surprise me. So, one of the best things about obviously fighting against the likes of Skaven is with his -8 leadership, it makes it really easy to crush him. We're going to jump in and just absolutely smoke them. He does have 2 summons. Keep in mind, summons are dependent on the specific amount of corruption. Or Skaven corruptions. What's my thoughts on the upcoming update? Very excited. Dr. Fox, as you know, I'm a Dwarven player, and so I will be covering the best ways to utilize the new mechanics coming through for the Dwarves, and I will playtest it a lot to ensure that you have what you need. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. As remember, my friends, do not shame your ancestors, now we brethren. Yeah, I intend on releasing a lot of videos to show you guys what the Dwarves getting. Basically, an ability to play tall is what they're getting, my friend. Scanocan. They're getting unique mechanics inside the settlements that allow them to build mines, I think it is, or something like that. Or whatever it is. So I'm looking forward to being able to play tall playstyle. The deeps, that's the one. Let's get on the hill here, and then utilize this as terrain. And the thing is with me, as a player like myself, I'm very much used to going extremely aggressive, and so I'm going to be interested to see how I can utilize that mechanic while also trying to play aggressive. So keep in mind, the Power of Darkness doesn't actually kill entities, but it will do a lot of damage. So they're taking the control of the right-hand side there, but that's fine. I don't believe there's anything they can probably do about a chariot charging at them in this manner, so we'll do this as a bit of a distraction. Plus we're charging from down below, and they are currently running, which means goodbye half your HP. And as you are routed, smiley face. Let's go ahead and shoot the Lord there. Let's get all these engaged, and then we can probably move around the outside, So chariots are definitely a lot better in this game. I know chariots relatively recently got a little bit of a buff. So we're just going to make sure to take advantage of that into full effect. And you can see that the fact that Malekith has the leadership debuffs that he does helps a lot there. Let's just sort that out. Let me just make sure that I am crunching their army where possible. We probably do want someone chasing there, but just needs one person. This is the important factor when it comes to leveraging the strength of your armies. So, in isolation, I'm just checking and taking a look at what all of my army composition can do. Dark Shards are effective at killing anything that's kind of routing and being annoying, as, typically speaking, the enemies I'm currently fighting, I have no complexities when it comes to, killing them in isolation. So I'm just trying to split them up as much as possible, and just take advantage of the fact that my chariots can make them all rout. Nice, so that's good. Probably just shoot the general, I would say. And then what we'll do is we'll come back around for a little swoopty-swoop. And that's all good. Yeah, that's all she wrote here. It's a nice little taking advantage of what I know is strong for me. And you can see the Dark Shards will do a great job there. And a point-blank Fire Blast, I assume, will be the seal of the deal here. Army Loss Bonus is going to kick in extremely shortly. I'd be very surprised if Army Loss Bonus isn't kicking in soon. As just looking at the army, they are pretty battered and bruised. Mage can run away, that's fine. What's the lore reason for the debuff? That's a good question. I mean, he's disfigured, and just in general a psychopath, and he is... I mean, Dark Elves in general are... you don't want to be enslaved by one. Let's just put it that way. You don't want to be enslaved by a Dark Elf, because they will torture you for pleasure. Which is relatively rare in the... Nah, it's not relatively rare. I feel like Skavens would imprison you for food. Whereas Dark Elves would imprison you for pleasure. They're innately exceptionally evil. So yeah. Will the females torture me for pleasure too, Theg? It's a good question. You wouldn't be able to handle it. Nor would I. I'm not gonna lie. If Marathi imprisoned me, you know what I mean. I wouldn't last a few days, I tell you. That'd be brutal. But the other days of their own. Yes. If you give me 1 second, Ice, I'll find the update for you, bud. Here's the dev blog. Let me post it in the chat for you, wonderful folks. There you go. Death by Snoo Snoo? Yeah, I mean, it'd be similar. Yeah, that's probably the reason why, for the lore reasons of -8, is the Dark Elves are psychopaths. Hey, Rusky, good to see you, buddy. Great question. So Malekith specifically has a flat 25% reduction of any unit, which is a all the other game stuff: Dread Spears, Bleak Swords, and then your Dark Shards. And then on top of that one, your Slave Economy, if you leverage it correctly, you can just make so much money as part of fighting. You know, we'll auto-resolve that one because that fight's just simple. We're going to auto-resolve it as well. So the base units, yes. But the thing is, your early game is the most important factor when it comes to that. What we can do is, since we got tons of slaves here, we can upgrade this one automatically. Go straight into this one and automatically upgrade that one, so we can start printing out Dark Shards with shields. Which is the thing. Honestly, it's crazy you can do this. It may be worth just getting a master from the get-go, and then just start recruiting some Dark Shards with shields, because it's going to be annoying that I'm going to have to replace these guys anyway. You can technically make shades, but I just don't like shades as much. I think the normal default shades are just kind of garbage, and they're very expensive for what they are. So what we'll do is... Oh, it's 450, of course. It's so they've nerfed that strategy. You used to be able to get more. What we'll do is we'll go growth as well. Just trying to remember, because we probably want to go into growth. But the thing is, growth has less value because of the way that we can rush things. So if I do that, it's 2 turns. I'm going to be going straight over here, so Malekith's recruitment will be hindered anyway, so we'll just do that. That's fine. I think the Dark Elves, well, specifically Malekith, is exceptionally powerful when it comes to a very quick succession of snowballing. Like, you can do a lot, especially because of the fact that your enemy is very, very weak for the most part. I'm going to look to try and have 2 armies. Which probably should mean I upgrade and upgrade, but then I can't afford to recruit any other units. I know that the ritual for this has been fixed, so you can't get 2 anymore. So the argument here is, do I want to get a Black Ark as soon as possible, which I do. I want to get a Black Ark as soon as possible because I can help siege this one. All I need now is archers, and I can leverage that. We've been given Earthing Rod. It's meh. So the argument here is, do I rush that, upgrade this one, get Master so I can start getting a secondary army buffed up as much as possible? Or would I rather wait the 3 turns, then instantly build the the slave pens to then recruit the Black Ark? And I think that's probably the right thing to do. Because we can easily do this with Malekith. We'll probably move to here, then attack this one, because we've got Rat Marcher. Growth. Hey, Kelluk. What about his next DLC? Is it, guys, keep me honest here, is it Ogres, Greenskins, and... Who's the last one? God, my brain is fried, guys. Apologies. Oh, I should have done Diplomacy. Apologies, guys. I should have showed Diplomacy. Corn, thank you. So those are the 3 DLCs, my friend. I should have done... Sorry, I should have done Diplomacy, because I could have scammed a ton of money from Malice. Don't have to play the Dark Elves ever since there are kind of changes. I'll kind of break down what my logic is and where I'm thinking about that one, because ports give slaves, and so you can very quickly start to get a good slave economy. But you've got to keep in mind that if you run out of slaves, you literally make no money, and your economy is crippled. So you've got to be really smart with how you justify what you're doing and how you balance out how aggressive you're going and what you're doing. But I'll do my best to try and make sure that I demonstrate that one. But yeah, sorry guys, I should have used Diplomacy here. These guys are going to die to Valkyr, so I don't need to matter too much or bother too much there. I do not want to ally with them, as that would be a mistake. Haganeth, I'm going to. I'm also going to declare a new. As I want to make sure you're happy, and we'll go speak to Hagreath and declare war on you. Let's just give them a bit of bob for some trading, just get a better economy here. And then now, since I can go here, yeah, we can recruit one more time. We don't have encampment stance because we're a Dark Elf, which means now we're getting 14 because of the fact that we've got the slaves here. It looks like we've consumed 6 potentially. But we're going to want to focus on trying to get as many ports as possible, which is the reason why I think rushing the Black Ark is the most important factor here. And what we need to do for that is have 800 slaves available, and we also need to have the tier 3, or excuse me, tier 2 for the slave pens, which is over here. So that allows us to then take advantage of the situation there, and we can get a Black Ark up and running as soon as possible. And we just want to fight everything we can. I think from a diplomacy standpoint, like I said, I think I've done what I wanted to. I'm going to kill all the rats that I can, and I think killing as soon as possible is a good idea as well. Construct outpost. Oh, for some dread spears. Love that. Rodin, good to see you, handsome. How do you feel about the other Dark Elf Lords? For me, I've always liked Malekith just because he's, like, I think the way that Malekith plays is a very simplified condition / expectations of how you play him. He's like the generic Dark Elf that's just good at everything. Whereas you look at Rackdo, and he's exceptionally good at bolstering armies very, very quickly because of his mechanics of slave pens and things. Or his animal pens. And so the playstyle of that one is just a little bit different from my preference. And obviously Malice is just like a one-man show. But yes, he's been nerfed a little bit, but I think he's still very, very good. Helibron is just like a unit that can just run over and mow over everything because of her specific shrine. I just think Malekith, for me, his playstyle is the best because of the bonuses he specifically provides, because of the upkeep reductions. Normally, Malekith is the best person to play, and then you just confederate the rest of them. Because the unique, specific campaign buffs that they obtain and get as part of being the Dark Elves is never better than what Malekith can do. And so it's normally just a case of, yeah, play Malekith and then confederate who else you want to play. Which is weird, but he is the king. He is the Witch King. He is the top dog of the Dark Elves, so it does make sense. So I'm going to have to be a little bit careful with how I play this one. I'm just going to try and leverage the lines that I have. It's unfortunate that I don't have a Burning Head just yet. That's okay. But keep in mind, guys, if you do have Burning Head, make sure to go see the doctors. So we'll move up here. We don't want to play too aggressively. If you can credit them, do you get them? You get to play the Legendary Laws too? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can indeed. You get to play them just as normal. Favorite Lord is Kraken Lord. Actually, in fairness, the Kraken Lord is probably one of the better ones because of his economy. Because of where you start and what you can do, Cathay can really do limited things against the likes of Dark Elves. And so he very quickly gets a huge Black Ark economy going, and yeah, he's very strong. If you have the opportunity to confederate him as Malekith, my goodness, it's crazy. It's crazy. How about Marathi's playstyle with Corruption? I think Marathi is like a very snowball-dependent champion, where her Corruption allows her to be very, very strong. But for me, like, she's just a little bit squishy, and the enemy she's around, like, the enemy she surrounds is just not ideal for me. Like, it's just not it doesn't give you good conditions to snowball. And equally, I would just rather play Malekith than Confederator if I wanted to play her. It's a weird situation she's in, honestly. Well, if I go towards the walls, you'll see that they'll start moving away, so this is what we're trying to do. I'm moving my troops up specifically to deter them from being on the walls, but if we can climb this one and climb that one, we can fight them accordingly. I'm going to keep these guys back and then these guys back to defend. You can see we're going to get magic, so one thing to keep in mind when it comes to the magic is just cast through them like that, or cast onto the walls, as it'll bounce off, because wind spells alike will always bounce off. Just grab the chariot and then grab these guys and then move into each other. There's going to be probably another 5 summons, I suspect, because of the corruption was 100%, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the chariot hits, move back over there, keep firing over. Let's get these guys in guard mode, because I want them to just kind of hold this line here. Using Corsairs. Oh yeah, Corsairs are awesome, I would agree. Good evening. Yo, good to see you, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to roll back because the audio keeps cutting out. Oh, really, Dark? No, I haven't. I haven't updated my NVIDIA. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, I haven't updated my GPU drive in so long, as I'm just lazy. And normally when I update things just break. So I typically... I'm a bit of a boomer with that, because I'm like, I refuse to update, because I know as a fact things might break. And yeah, you can see double whammy. We're talking about play. No one wants to be confederated, even though I have 1 settlement. I mean, like plus 300. It depends on what your army strength is specifically, Miss Hack. What I would recommend to them, my friend, is get yourself in a position where you can borrow their armies. Because when you can borrow their armies off of them, you'll be able to reduce their strength rank significantly. And if they are exceptionally weakened, they are much likely to confederate. Is Coast done? I think the problem with Coast is, theatrically, if you want to actually really enjoy playing Vampire Coast, I would recommend playing the Vortex campaign in Warhammer 2. As Coast has been nerfed way too much, in my perspective. They've just received too many rounds of nerfs to be enjoyable. I can borrow their armies. Yes, you can borrow armies through alliances. So in Warhammer 2, it used to never be worth confederating to try and, you know, get them to confederate. But now with the way that they've changed the fact that you can borrow armies, you significantly reduce their strength rank by borrowing armies, because strength rank is determined by armies and strength of armies. And so if you're borrowing their army, you can literally get them to the point where their strength rank is so low because they have no armies. And then you easily just confederate. It's one of the easiest ways of confederating. I've got a video on my YouTube channel that talks about diplomacy. I'm probably going to make an updated one, because I think I need to. But it's a good one to check out if you're struggling to confederate. Never done that before. Yeah, it's a really good way of getting free confederations. And what we're going to do now is, since we've bolstered our position here, I'm going to go ahead and hold Alt, move them in like this, and they can just cover both flanks. We'll see if they take the ladders. What I would love to see is if they completely disable ladder pathing. I would love that, but we'll see. Because yeah, you can see these guys are struggling, so I'll move them that way. Yeah, hopefully once they can do that. Hopefully they'll eventually remove ladder pathing. As that's one of my biggest quarrels when it comes to sieges, if I'm honest. Legit, one of my the only thing I dislike about sieges is the fact that that happens. Like, you have to wrestle your units not to go on the ladders. Like, look, already. If one of them climbs, I'm doomed. Like, it shouldn't be this hard to try and get my units inside the settlement. 50% boosted enemy stats. Oh, nice. What? Imperfect. Did you use my mod? How do I practice a dwarf voice? You need it for D&D. I can give you loads of sound bites. When it comes to the dwarf voice, it depends on which dwarf you want to specifically talk about, or you want to sound like. For D&D, normally you want to sound more like Lord of the Rings. So that would just depend on you. I would say pick which one you want to sound like, and then just listen to sound bites like them. As part of listening to them, record your voice and listen to yourself doing the dwarf voice, and then just keep making iterations from that. I just loved dwarves ever since Warhammer 1, and I've just spoke like dwarves since Warhammer 1, and that to me just helped. Just a dark elf enjoy it. Oh, nice. Because I have a mod that makes basically makes it like you're playing 5 legendary campaigns at once. It's literally torture. Yeah, it is genuine torture. Let's move up. So you can just see that what I'm trying to do is just pick them apart bit by bit. Yeah, I really hope 5.2 has something to do with sieges like that. I want to try and get these guys out. 224 kills already is nice. But that's probably the best advice I can give you, my friend. I mean, normally dwarves, if you're a guy from Yorkshire or you're Scottish, it definitely helps. As I'm from Yorkshire, so naturally speaking, I sound very dwarvenish, which is the big advantage of being a northerner. And I just kind of like, you know, go deep in my, I was going to say go deep in my throat, but you guys would clip it out of context. You know, just diaphragm, that's the word. Go deep in your diaphragm, and then project. Alright. Really nice dissection there. You can only drag 2 units through a gate at once, ice. It doesn't matter. The pathing is broken ice. I don't think there's a cap of how many people you can send at once. I think it'll just either bug or it won't. Which is the annoying thing with it. But yeah, those are the things I'd recommend for the Downy voice and for the confederation of Dark Elves. Nice. So we've got enough slaves now. I don't believe we have any form of cap. I'm gonna want to fight whatever I can as well. Mishak, I am indeed. Yes, I stream to YouTube at the same time. We'll go Blade Wind as soon as we can. I'm gonna make him a caster where possible. It's so nice having tier 0 Dread Spears, man. I just don't think upgrading it makes sense. I'm going to wait until we can get the slave pen in here. I think one more fight, like killing these, will do it. Break the pact with Malice before he drags into war. I'm not too bothered. I mean, he's miles away, excuse me. Sigvald is, like, over here. So I don't mind. Not too bothered. Although I would agree, it probably makes the most sense. It's just I don't want to tank my yeah, I don't want to tank my reliability just yet, because it could create me and put me in a lot more wars than I want to be in. I think there's a thing to disable the outposts. Outpost available, and then upgrade that one. There you go. So if you don't know, notification settings down here. Click that bad boy if you don't want to be told about outpost upgrades anymore. Helps so much. Deeper is coming to the dwarf, Hashut indeed. So you're a son of Hashut. Has the update to the dwarves brought you back from the dark side, my friend? Because do not shame your ancestors, my brethren.
The stupid Hashut, preaching buggers, I know dowie brethren of mine.
Ooh, Armor of Midnight goes hard. That's really annoying. I've got to fight High Elves. Honestly, I don't hate the idea of completely looping around and murdering you, but what I should be doing is recruiting... Should have recruited another lord over here. I probably should have recruited a lord earlier. Oh, of course, yeah, we can do the quest, can't we? So we can do the slave pens now. In 2 turns, we can recruit a black arc, but I honestly should have recruited another lord here. You can get a fire mage. Good discipline, that's fine. We have 2 more loyalty because of our trait as well, which is huge. Also upgrade that bad boy. Let's get some dread spears for frontline, and we'll take these guys on. Let me just go move out, and we'll go channeling. Let me check something real quick as well, just for your guys' sake as well. If I click here and click on growth, you can see they own these 2 settlements. So if I send somebody over here, we can take it for free. So when I colonize these 2, I'll probably move just a normal lord there. I suspect these guys are going to get beaten up by Torx, but I know he's been bugged recently where he doesn't move, so we'll have to wait and see if that's the case. Remove the loyalty mechanic? I mean, it makes sense. I know especially with Skaven it makes sense. Like, a lot of the times, one of the hardest things when it came to warfare within Warhammer Fantasy was not fighting people, it was ensuring your people didn't fight you. It was a very real thing they had to consistently keep dealing with. I mean, Malekith, do you know his Blackguards of Naggarond? I believe they are children of households where their mother or father's dead, and he murders the other parent to ensure they only have codependency on him for loyalty. Like, that's the kind of mess up we're dealing with. Do I ever use the dictator? Yes, I do, Mick. It's just I'm trying to save the slaves at the moment to... I'm trying to use them to get the Black Ark upgrade as soon as possible. When they update to the DLC, I'm not sure, Joker. If I can reach Grombrindle, I'll actually probably send it. I can't. I'd be intrigued to see if he attacks me. If he does, I'm fine. Yeah, Order of that one's fine. I'm surprised by how many of them died, though. So the good news is here, we can go ahead and do this. Do this. And then recruit a Black Ark, which is what we want. And then we can start getting a Black Ark upgraded. In fairness, I could probably just buffer the Black Guard. Which I wouldn't hate. Yeah, that Order Resolve was beautiful. I mean, anything and everything to do with Dark Elves is just exceptionally monka. Dark Elves are, yeah, not good. I would consider them exceptionally innately evil. We'll go with more captures because that means more slaves. I'm going to get the Black Ark up and running as soon as possible, especially if they're going to leave Hag Grief to me. We'll probably have to maybe take attrition down this way to get Temple of Cain, but we'll see. And yeah, I suspect the DLC won't be until a while. I mean, I could recruit some hacks, but I don't need to. Here's when my economy is going to start getting a little bit tested. I'd rather just keep fighting them. If Grombrindle does attack this one, I'll be surprised. Can Grombrindle walk through this if I'm not at war with him? Can't remember. You'd think he'd have to go around because of the zone of control of the army. So Bretonians. Oh, he can walk through. Means I'll fight him then. Well, the difference with Bretonians is it's Fey Enchantress that like murders children. She makes young girls into damsels and then kills the boys. You can go through. What a rascal. It's a shame I took so much damage on that siege. Because it's going to be harder to win this one, but I'll do it. Alright guys, do we send it? I mean, this is just on a silver platter, it feels like.
You know who I am.
Right, guys, type 1 in the chat. Give me an Uno 1-0 in the chat-o if you want me to attack Grombrindle right now. Uno 1-0 in the chat-o. If you want me to go murder Grombrindle. I'll murder him if you want. I am a mere servant of chat. You know that. I am a mere servant of chat, so if you want me to go murder him, I will. So, match champs? That's a 1 from me. Yeah, that's valid. It's a shame I don't know where the greenskins are. I mean, this is poetic, in fairness. This is very lawful what I'm doing. Should probably wait. Nah. Yeah, my army's a lot battered than I thought. I shouldn't have auto-resolved that siege. I would have taken, like, no casualties. This is where me being impatient has hindered me a little bit here. It should be okay. I mean, it's mainly great weapons, which will shoot to death. I mean, if you guys don't know, in lore, Grombrindle, well, I mean, technically Malekith betrayed Grombrindle, so I'm merely just doing what Malekith does best, if you think about it. You know. Also, let me put the chat on so you guys can see each other. Where is it? There you go. I mean, we have everything that we need to win this one relatively easily. I'm just afraid of my front line crumbling. But this positioning here is tasty. Because my mage is going to be useless, but the blade winds are not. So I'm going to utilize... Can you go on... it's not terrain. I was going to say sometimes this can be like terrain. The elevation here is really tasty, though. Because if you don't know, elevation gives you additional damage. But we can probably deploy like here. And we'll go with 3 rows. And then what I'm going to do... Let's have another row behind that. So we've got multiple layers of fighting. Fire Mage goes back. Malekith can go around and start doing some cheeky spells. Because the Chill Wind does a lot of damage. If the Gyro Bombers come towards me, it's just the Brimstone, so Malekith's not in any danger. As long as I funnel towards attacking the right things, I'm pretty confident we should be okay. I believe overcasting doesn't increase the damage, it just makes it so that it's harder to reload, yeah. All I've got to do, my friends, is just keep on casting this ability. And, yeah. Force them to come attack me. As if I walked towards them, I'd be in a lot of trouble. And, ooh, do you know what? If I was being a big brain gamer, if I deployed all the way on this side, it would probably force them to funnel together. And so I'd get more value with Blade Wind, but that's okay. There's no innate terrain that forces them, like, through, like, a funnel. It's a very wide open map. Which is a shame in some ways. But as you can see, they're slowly moving towards me because they're saying to themselves, do you know what?
Bloody Malekith. All magic users are bloody Waziks, is what he's saying to himself.
Well, he's probably not wrong. Most magic users are indeed Waziks. Another cheeky Blade Wind out. Should be decent, especially with the speed of it. They're going to be walking into the damage. Okay, that was straight trash. That was... I could have taken that or leaved it, you know what I mean? Okay, let's pull this guy over. Let's get the Cold One Chariots over. They would trade exceptionally well into the Gyrocopters. If it was the Steam Tank variant, they would be in trouble, but since it's not, we should be fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of the fact that they are now moving towards me. So let's take advantage of the terrain properly here. And there is a melee, so they don't dodge. It's more that I need to secure them walking towards me. Is the reason why I'm attacking them currently. I have to ensure that they're moving towards me, otherwise I will not be able to win this fight. So the damage we're doing is just to ensure that. Okay, nice. I'm just trying to bait the Gyrocopters over as well. Let's go ahead and do that. We just got to be careful of all the quarrels and stuff at the back there. I'm going to now fire at will because the only things we'll shoot is actually the Dark Shards. It is the Gyrocopters. There we go. We can still get some spells. I mean, the main difference is that we still have a lot of winds of magic, so we might as well get some kind of casting into them. And since this is the brimstones, you can see, like, the damage they'll actually do is so unbelievably small that I'm not bothered about it. And are they even shooting me? Are you okay, guys? Brimstone guns told not to shoot things that are large. All magic users are Waziks as units got nailed. Love that. I mean, magic users are Waziks. Okay, so never mind. They are told to shoot. As you can see, the damage is like meh, though. All I gotta do is pull them towards my archers. Smiley face. Alright, how long is it gonna take for them to die? Probably, like, now. Yeah. It doesn't look pretty.
Bloody hell! Bloody run, you buggers!
Is what they're probably saying to each other. Which I don't blame them. Are you a green screen fan? Yeah, I love green screens as well. Love me a good gobbo. I'm a big fan of goblins. I am a big fan of goblins. Scarstick and Grom are my favourite greenskins by a long way. I'm just not a big fan of Grimgor for some reason. He just never clicked with me. Fastest one, yeah. I didn't expect it to be so fast. Nice disruptor, well done. Did you manage to get a really nice confederation or something? Alright, so the second the Iron Drakes come forward, we've got to deal with them. Yeah, maybe the double layer is not a good idea. Because this will happen. They technically can kind of outrange me. I mean, as long as they're not... Yeah, they are. I was going to say, as long as they're not moving up towards the Blackguard and Nagaron and shooting them, it's fine, but... The second I said that, they did. Oh, they have hammers! When did Grombrindle get hammers in his army? Is that a new addition? Right. Let's just move around. Good. Oof, Jesus, yeah, let's focus on those. Got the cheeky cast over there, that's fine with me. All I've got to make sure to do is just hold enough of a line for us to be fine. Rockets. Don't really have anyone that can go over there and punish it. Yeah, this is a tricky fight. But it should be okay, because I can use that as a bolster here. These lads are unbreakable, but it should be okay. Should be able to get some really nice value off over there. Grombrindle's absolutely slapping my mage, but in fairness, she's pretty useless here, anyway. She's kind of useless anyway, so it doesn't matter. Annoyingly, this is getting a little bit tricky. Just to try and get everything away. I just need to try and get into a melee position here. Just keep casting into this. It should be okay. As long as I can just keep my fire line, like my firing squad up and running, we're going to be fine. That's all I'm going to care about. Especially with you guys beating up the Runesmith, we should be okay. So now what we're going to focus on, this is because we're not shielded. So since we can shoot over there, I'm going to move you there. So the logic behind what I'm doing right now is since I'm able to shoot these guys, I'm going to move Malekith over towards these. Because that's where I can actually get some value. Even though they're obviously shielded, it doesn't matter. and we are not. But I'm just trying to punish their inability to move away from me. The runesmith is now is going to be okay. And now Malekith's now here. We're doing a great job of defending this side, which is good. You can keep chasing them, that's fine. Now the Quarrelers won't be able to shoot anymore, and we're still battering their the backline here. Ooh, let's get a volley over here. Really nice repeat attack there. Smart by the AI to position that. Let's get back on the hammers. One volley should sort them right out there. After being shot like that, I would not want to be fighting any longer myself. So let's route you away. Another magic coming in like 5 seconds. So I'm just making sure that I'm looking at everything that's actually a priority and shooting them accordingly. Pull you back, because otherwise I may friendly fire. You can chase there. You've done a great job over here. And let's chase these guys off. Chase you off. Actually, yeah, let's make sure these are chased off, as we want to make sure that they're routed. The army's in force match, keep in mind, guys. One of the big important factors here, they're in force match. And then we can start cross-arcing over here. Do you know, I'm actually going to get a bit of distance here. I think the smartest thing to do is getting a bit of distance. Although, yes, I can get value by shooting right now, but I think a little bit of distance will do me a lot here. I don't have magic. I could probably have casted once in there and got him to route. Yeah, here's the distance and the little firing arc / box I'm going to create. And what I can now do, because the AI has allowed me to do this, is we're going to isolate them around. And then if Grombrindle like this runs away from the pack, just like this, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to fireball him to push him back as well. Nice. And then we're just going to shoot him to death. Because this is what the distance did, right, guys? This is exactly the reason why we got distance first. Because Grombrindle is insanely strong in melee. But the problem he has is he's got to get to you first. And so we're just going to shoot him to death. And this is what the box does. So if we were to grab open paint, it literally just Googled pain. Didn't mean to search for pain. I was trying to get paint up. No, Microsoft Edge, I don't want you to be my default browser. No one does. But I respect you for asking. So it's a classic situation of if you check a box like this, when a single entity runs towards you, like this one, these guys here, these guys can then turn around and shoot accordingly, while this dude is running away. It's like a really classic fundamental. Nice, good kill. Yo, Anthony, what's up, handsome? Instead, they're so expensive early on. Yeah, they really are. And Random, I'm doing well. How are you, bud? Just wanted to expand Ricard's Beast Pens. Yeah, I'd agree. It would be good. You got an idea? I'm all for it. And Hagosha, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate you, bud. But yeah, that's how I dissect up the enemy. Good video there. Random, DM me them. D to the M me, if that's the case. So we've just managed to... 6%'s not bad. Only 102 slaves is surprising, but Potion of Healing's huge. We're being taught Celadiva teacher. Lamau. I mean, hey. The thing is, Badoink Chatter, did you study for the test? Did you study for the test? Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit brutal. As long as you study for the test, you'll be alright. Alex for search of
Supreme Sorceress of Grant.
how many more do we think we need?
Of course.
The Black Arc's army costs are significantly cheaper than the Lord here, so that's why I'm throwing it into them. Force March back into here to replenish. Let's get the growth in there as well. I'd be interested to see if you'd want peace. No, I wouldn't want peace after being battered like that either. In fairness to him. Let me check if I go onto this again. I think how many settlements do you have left? It's just the one, which is this one. Okay. I need to know more. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Like, I remember when I finished university, my lecturer was like, please do a master's, and I was like, no. Like, I am not a very good student, and I know that. Shout out to all my homies in the chat that leave things till last minute. Much love to you.
Chosen of Hecate.
As Lord knows, I'm guilty. And Augustine, much love to you, man. Same to you, my friend. Hope you have a great day. Oh, that's actually a good point. Thank you for the reminder. It bugs every now and again because it defaults to easy, so I'll have to bump it back up. Another insane difficulty campaign, Venom? No. Just an El Clasico legendary campaign. Let me pull that back up. I don't think it'd change anything. Wait, why am I not taking attrition? Have they removed the attrition from here? Wait, when did they remove the attrition from here? There was attrition here before. Because it was mountainous terrain. When did they get rid of that? How long ago was that?
Sorceress.
Right, now the Black Axe should be able to go over here.
Do you take me for a fool?
And we can see just want to take it down.
Wield the wild.
Shame Hagreef's not going to be upgraded, but it is what it is.
No rest.
And what I'll do is I'll move over here to try and get that settlement too.
Feel my
It's going to be annoying if she takes it. But then again, if he does, I'll be able to take Hagreef away from her. So I'm completely okay with that. So wait, minus 12 slaves. Let's break it down. Why is that? What do we use? We use 17 for the buildings. Makes sense because of the growth, I believe. Yep. We're going to need an army over here to defend against Grombrindle, but we don't need to do it just yet. Yeah, when did they remove the mountainous terrain here? Difficulty goes down for bachelor's and masters. Oh, really interesting. Every student knows procrastination. Yeah. I recently had. I started drinking coffee recently. Not a big fan. Not gonna lie. I have to. I don't know if this is like a common thing. For me, when I drank beer when I was younger, like I didn't like the taste. I don't know if you guys. I think we can all be honest with each other. To begin with, beer does not taste good. You just get used to the taste. And I think coffee is the same. I feel like normally you just don't like the taste of coffee. You just get used to it because of the benefits. But you prefer vodka? What, over coffee? That certainly wakes you up in different ways, I suppose. Wow, they did actually take that. That's crazy to me.
What do you seek? Unequaled.
Wait, can Black Ark siege things instantly? Oh, I don't think I can.
The dark convent.
I don't have siege attacker. So I'm going to have to wait for Malekith.
Your dark purpose.
I mean, since we've got cheap costs there, it should be fine. Lot of Skaven trash. How many summons do they have? Wait, they have no summons. They must have no corruption here, then. Yep. 0 Skaven corruption is the reason. Neither tastes great when you first drink it, but you kind of get used to it. Yeah, that's what I think, anyway. +6 control? Oh, really? Yeah, I think growth is always good. Growth is good, as I often say. Maybe they do something, maybe it's a blockade. They blockade, but if they don't have siege checker, I don't think they can take it. Right. Really small army. We'll funnel them here this way then. If I deploy my units here, it won't be as effective from a range perspective, but it'll allow my magic to do insane work. Because they'll basically funnel completely this way. Unless they attack me from behind, which is also an option, which means I just need to move back. If they do that. As long as we're over here, it doesn't matter. We'll reposition accordingly. And also, guys, pre-roll ads are kicking in about momentarily to get rid of ads on Twitch, by the way, guys. So you don't have to watch them when you join the stream again. Or anyone new to the stream doesn't have to watch them. When I close the next green skin? I'm not sure, Joke. I honestly can't remember. My brain is so fried, and I also have to be careful with saying things that I shouldn't say. Because of NDAs and stuff. Oh yeah, what we actually can do is just scout with these guys. Check on the Warhammer wiki page. Sometimes the Warhammer wiki page is not correct, though. Surprised you didn't about consistency. Yeah, true. I would agree with that, my friend. Honestly, I'm just trying to kill enough of them to make them come towards me. But I suppose with the reinforcements coming in here, that will probably just naturally happen. So what I'm going to do is Alt, Control, and turn them around like that. Fantissimo, fantissimo. Make sure we're not wasting shots there, but like I said, it's going to funnel them into an angle where we're going to get a lot of value. And that's what we're looking for. We're just going to have to wait and see. They're going to get roasted very quickly. Like I said, this is exactly on cue. They're all funneling up because they only have one direction to path in. That's probably going to be good enough. Let's charge through there. Beautiful damage. Let me check. You don't have any magic, so we're going to be a-okay. Let's move out of the direction so our range shots can be more effective. Because right now we're going to be probably friendly firing with the majority of the shots we do. He only has a bronze shield, but this is the core fundamentals of the box stuff that we're on about. I think overcasting increases the duration. Be a little bit careful on this side. Yeah, because unfortunately the troops are on the way. Yeah, I think it does. Oh my goodness. This is the reason why we've deployed the way we have. This guy should rout before he gets a chance to do anything. I think on the charge thing, it'll disrupt him. Yeah, the second he loses charge bonus, he's dead. So let's now grab this. You guys go over there. The mage can keep chasing you away. Want you moving back slightly. I'm just going to save for another Blade Wind here, boys. Malekith can go batter. Honestly, sometimes playing this game, it's almost like chess, you know? They do one move, you do another move in reaction. Checkmate. And no, I'm not an Australian at a restaurant. Finishing my meal. Get it, guys? Because it'd say checkmate, as in, can I have the check, please? I feel like Aussies could be awake at this moment, so I think you guys would appreciate the humour. I feel like English people and Australian peeps have similar humour. Alright, there you go. Malekith should crush that guy. And then we should be able to get a really nice firing arc here now. So they did try and flank me, which makes sense. I don't blame them. These are swordsmen and Skaven slaves, so these guys with 110 armor can just chill in melee. That's going to be fine. Am I concerned about blade winding here? Nah, we'll take a page out of Skaven's book, you know? We'll take a page out of Skaven's books. If we do a little bit of friendly fire, at least friendly is in the name of it, you know? Because the thing is, the chill wind will do nothing. Also, Toddy, thanks for the follow, buddy. Appreciate the follows, guys. Yeah, Skaven slaves are not going to be too much of a worry. We can just kind of ignore them. Oh, it actually did crush a lot of my units. Very Skaven-like. Love that. Malekith's almost at 1,000 kills. This is the reason why I gave him the magic I did. So if you're wondering why I leveled up straight to magic first, this is literally the exact reason. What I'm doing right now is legitimately the reason why I went Blade Wind and magic first. Because otherwise you will struggle to deal with chaff. Dark Elves are exceptionally good at killing elite stuff. Like elite infantry. Just because of how good Dark Shards are. Let me get some shots onto this guy, actually. Maybe a volley can deal with that instead. There's more chaff to come, but as long as I keep up firing arcs over this side, we should be fine. And with Murderous Prowess coming in, I think this is gonna sign death for them. Also good shots from the Dark Shards there. I'm gonna move one behind and one can look. I want them to funnel towards me further, so I'm not gonna pursue. Although annoyingly a lot of them are gonna rout, because just that's the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. God, it is a terrifying prospect that like Storm Vermin are like 7 feet tall. It is a really monka prospect that they are like 7 feet tall. I can cancel it if they get too close. That's fine. Let's make sure we're turning around Dark Shards. And I think Army Lost Bonus probably is not too far away. It's just purely because of the fact they've just got nothing left. Yeah, Malekith coming up with over 1,000 kills. Purely because he's got Blade Wind. Without this spell, would have been nothing. And it was a tactical deployment of deploying here, like I said, because it forces them to walk this way. Like, they are massively clumped up, and that's the reason why this went so well. The game's a bit upset with me. Clearly, the game's a bit of a Skaven fan, potentially, if it's getting annoyed at me for doing this. I think Chillwind's fine. Kill any entities we can. Grab you. I don't want them fighting stuff that's not routing. And all we're going to do now is just set up a traditional front to back. Clanmold's the best one. Yeah, who do you guys think is the best Skaven? Who do you guys think is the strongest Skaven right now in the game? I would honestly either wager Eshin or Throt, I would say. Me personally. From my experience of what I've seen, yeah, either Throt or Eshin, for sure. Love Molder as well. Yeah, I think Molder's awesome. I just think because they nerfed range things so hard that it's kind of needed. Range things have been nerfed so goddamn much, you kind of need to. Like, Throt and obviously Eshin kind of gets it better. Depends who ambushes first. Well, I'm not talking about, like, fighting Skaven versus Skaven. It's more of like a generalized who's better. No artillery armies or summons to the front line. Yeah. I just think like the ranged playstyle has been nerfed so much that Ikit suffers massively. As playing with backline units, they're not as strong. Like in Warhammer 2, a single Rattling Gunner in one volley would completely annihilate. And I mean annihilate whatever's in front of it. I'm in complete shock you didn't release a video about the Dwarf Deeps. What I rather would do is, instead of talking about things in Unplayed Player, I like to see it for myself, if that makes sense. So the reasoning behind not uploading a video is you guys can, if you, in your own discretion, can read the patch notes, right? I'd rather show you interesting things right? I think me just talking about it and giving my perspectives, I don't think adds a lot of value. And so I'd much rather just, for me personally, I'd much rather have it in my hands and have it in front of me and then make a video about it with actual footage. Because, yeah, I don't upload things to try and make money. I stream and do video and content creation as a hobby, you know? I love talking to you guys. And it's, you know, it's not my job. And I don't want to make content for the sake of making money. So I'd rather just make cool things, which is kind of why I haven't uploaded in a long time. I haven't uploaded properly in a long time. As for a little bit of time, I went through a little bit of a phase where I just wasn't proud of what I was uploading. If I'm honest. And so I'm trying to change that. Oh, I'm trying to change it. Right, we'll take Hargreath. Oh, they can't? No, they can force match. So if I siege it, they'll force match and attack me like that, so there's no point. There's no settlement, so these guys will have to force attack me here. Grumbrindle's getting an army up and running. So if I could force growth here. What can I do with the slaves here? I don't think I want the slave pens anymore. I don't need to. I would love to be able to use slaves to force demolish. Gamescom for a few days. I would love to get... Where is Gamescom? Is it in Germany or something? Yes. M1 is definitely Eshin. Yeah, Eshin is crazy. Why do you say they nerfed ranged? Every single unit within Warhammer 3 was nerfed by about 25 to 50%. And I'm not even kidding. It's one of my more popular videos on my YouTube channel. They generally nerfed it. Oh, and Joker, we're not using the wheel spin. I'll get... Dizzy, can you refund Joker and disable it, please? Disable the redeem. Sorry, Joker. I still a way to go. Well, the problem that we have, or what we will always have within Warhammer 3, or Total War in general, is not taking any damage and doing damage is always more optimal, right? There is never really a world where me not taking damage and I'm doing damage is like a bad thing. Because you can always do damage, but you can't avoid taking damage in certain situations, right? And so, yeah, that was one of the reasons why. Oh, the Circle of Iron goes so hard because you get, oh, it's, yeah, it's a decent thing. Ooh, can I reach that? No, I doubt it because the terrain here is garbage. Yeah. Thank you, Dizzy. And if I'm honest, one of the things that annoys me a little bit about the way that range units work in the game, I still think there's pathing issues. I don't know if that's just me, but I generally think that there are line of sight issues in Warhammer 3 at the moment. I generally think there are pathing issues. Oh, I could have attacked it. Alright. In Warhammer 2, it felt very clean. Like, Pharaoh is a really good example of pathing and line of sight working really well. And it's one of the more frustrating things when it comes to it. I'll buff up... How many ranges? Let's go buff up front line first. Nah, the damage dealers... But nah, melee defense is always good. Can I go inside the settlement? No, I can't. I don't have room. But the zone of control, we should move in a little bit more to make sure we're here. We're now in a situation where Malekith's responsible for taking these guys out. Blackheart's now responsible for these guys, but then it leads into the world of being close to Taurox. Let me upgrade that instantly, as I want to start making some money. Same for you as well. We're going to consume a lot of slaves to do so, but I think it's more than worth it. Who are you at war with? Nobody, so there's a chance they declare war on me, which is okay. We need to try and pump this growth up ASAP. So I'm going to do that bad boy, as I really, really want to get as many points of growth interior as possible as part of killing you, because you can't reach any of the settlements and we can force match between them, which is the reason why we went for that attack. We're going to also ambush there in case they do anything cheeky. So, like we said, she's coming down to murder these guys, which is fine.
The blessings of Cain.
Blessings of Cain indeed. Just trying to check. We can confederate her, or we can confederate you.
What plight do you bring?
I think confederating you is decent, because it then maybe give me opportunity to kill an army from Malekith now. And it gives me an army of 10. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Burden of the Shadowlands. Supreme sorceress of
Does it? Just trying to think. Malekith is quite far away, but he'll take Karon Kar. Oh, wow, you can't get garrison buildings at tier 2. Does Malekith have to be involved for his quest to get active? Out of interest? Win the battle? No, he doesn't. So I can get his armor for free. I think we can get his armor for free here. There's no garrison buildings per se I can get, right? I don't. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe so. Hey, Silly Spud Rocking, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing wonderful. Oh, it reminds me as well. I can recruit a master here. Throng goes hard. Yeah, we'll get the money here. We're gonna have to fight him anyway.
May their death be slow.
Fine. That should finish the quest. It has. Good.
Sorceress.
Now we're just gonna be on playing slow. Hey, Ollie Bomber, no more Thorgrim? No, not at the moment. What greenskins are units next DLC? I imagine giant squigs. You're going to have to do it for the boys. And what I would love for them to explore, actually, is utilizing great weapon variants of the orcs. I think things like that would have a lot of value. I'm not sure about you guys, but I personally would love further variants of units like that. Because the dwarves, it functions very well. So building anti-skaven buildings. Can I construct them? Love them to get shields. Yeah, I would love the shields as well. I don't think the Skaven building specifically is a. Yeah, it's tier 2, but I get new units, so I don't think it helps me too much. Lack anti-large seems. I don't think they necessarily lack anti-large. If you've ever realized, one of the things that I love the most about greenskins, if any of their units have big in their name, they have anti-large for the unit specifically. For example, let's do a test. Savage Orc Biggins, anti-large. You already know, son. Orc Biggins, anti-large. And we go look at their cavalry, Biggins, anti-large, big, anti-large, big, anti-large. These guys have no big in their name. They have no big in their name. Biggins are very bad. Oh, Orc Biggins are very good. For Azag specifically, though. So it's I believe statistically it's worth waiting for the upgrade of Black Ark first. I want me to compare them. The slave pen. Sorry, Ice. Sorry, buddy. The slave pen building. So yeah, it's just the Deodix and slave income, slave consumption is reduced. So nice. Nagron's going to be upgraded to tier 2. This is going really nicely. I just need to make sure that I'm playing smart against you over there, so I'm going to get my economy going better. If we forced this over here, next time we could upgrade it. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. That was a really big mistake, because these guys can just attack it, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I could technically put control in here. But actually, interestingly enough, I'm going to be curious to see which one it is. So death magic wouldn't be terrible, but I think shadow magic is probably the best. Because fire magic is only useful against dwarves at level like 8+. Beast magic isn't terrible. I think it's good against both. Yeah, beast magic is good against both. If only I had something like that. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop income. It then allows us to recruit a couple of units, but then I can't recruit. Nah, we'll get the rebellion. I think with the garrison size in there, we should be okay. If they siege straight away. So I'm gonna have to play a little bit smarter here now.
Supreme sorceress of Gorge.
Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna demolish that. I'm gonna recruit over here. I just have to be really careful with the Lethanar. I imagine Karan Kar is gonna be in trouble. But I will put a lord in there. I think the smartest lord is probably a death lord. Purely to just keep spirit leeching him. I'm spreading myself pretty thin, but this is normally what you want to do, especially. Because we're going to get a lot of settlements very quickly.
Very well. I will hear your
I'm not going to... Actually, you know, I'll take military access and a trade agreement now, because I need the money. As I think Valkyrie will do a good enough job of finishing her off. I don't need to try and do that. Black Ark, next turn is going to move over here. That's fine. Let's go into the expansion for a little bit more replenishment if it does it. Changing the map's also changed. Yeah, the maps definitely are more jagged. Okay, so he had another army randomly. That's fine. I just wanted his quest battle anyway. We're gonna be fighting Elite and Ard literally next, so that's okay with me. Gives a bit of control though. Yeah, valid. Some units are just good with specific lords. Other than that, you'd never recruit it. Yeah, Mishak, I mean, you've raised a really good point. Like Elite and Ard specifically makes like Shadow Warriors and whatnot really, really good. Otherwise, outside of him, you just typically don't recruit him. Mother's Tanky. Oh yeah, Mother's Tanky is very powerful because she can print units off for free. Right, Ogre's 26 melee attack. Nothing bonuses anything. Because of multiplayer, I would imagine. If I was going to throw a guess, I would probably say because of multiplayer. I know a lot of units were nerfed accordingly. Yeah, they're not the strongest, right? A lot of units were nerfed, just in general. And balanced around in multiplayer, but the way they nerf things for multiplayer nowadays is a lot better. They just nerf it by cost, which I agree with. The Narcan campaign decided to give him most of Chaos Knights in all colours. The lads are quite excellent. Epic. Love that. Yeah, I love theatrical armies. I really love when you've got a really cool looking army. How they just they divided it. They said they would a long time ago, but they never did. They need to separate it. From a balance perspective, like have two units doing the same thing, but I think from an admin perspective and a development perspective, it's just costly. Like, my IRL job is a product owner, where I think about, you know, how to make the business money. And if I put myself in CA's shoes, I think to myself, that's very costly to manage two units at the same time. As you got to remember that they make the game to make money, right? And maintaining two units is costly. So it makes sense why they've never done it. I know they had intentions to, but they probably realized how much effort it would cost, or how much effort it would be. Which is the reason why it was scrapped. Hey, Zoo, good to see you, buddy. Oh, I mean, yeah. The patch, the 5.2 patch, I'm loving a lot of stuff. Product owner between us. Are you an engineer or something on Fair Play? Anytime I say that I'm a product owner, it's normally engineers that dislike the fact that I am a product owner. I'm a Dowie player.
You know, shame your ancestors, Dowie brethren.
Yes, I like the dwarves. They're pretty cool. You could say that I like dwarves, yeah. I have played dwarves since Warhammer 1. Worked in QA for 2 years. Classic. Honestly, I love... if you've got a really good QA engineer, they're so good. I imagine you were very good at your job. Of their playing. I'm just making an assumption. You feel like you've got your stuff together. Okay, that was a terrible cast because I bloody used the Sky Cauldron, which forced them to move. What I'll do then is this. You hate dwarves? Mods? Found that guy. I'm joking. I'm joking. Or am I? Nah, I can understand why dwarves are annoying. Honestly, dwarves are my least favourite faction to fight. Which is ironic to say I love them so much. Because they have a lot of anti-fun mechanics, in fairness. Like, their leadership never seems to deplete when you're fighting against them. That is a good origin. So easy and simple. I would disagree. It depends on how you play them. George being anti-fun is very on theme. Yeah, 100%. It's very theatrical for the Dami to be like that. Dwarves are easy peasy. I just need to. I'm still cooking up who I think is going to be good for that mod. Dowie Zara is where it's at. They don't exist though, do they? They don't. They simply do not exist. I'm not sure what a Dowie Zara is, Kappa. If you're not aware, dwarves refuse to acknowledge the existence of Chaos Dwarves. If you're wondering where I'm memeing. Because sometimes I have to remember that people probably don't necessarily know the lore. And so when I joke like that, I sometimes get questions like, you know, what are you yapping on about, Battlesey? So sometimes I do have to clarify. Right, now we can spread out. Made a bit of a mistake funneling all my units that way, but that's okay. Feels bad. We need shields so badly, man. Those are in chains. I mean, I would say between Chorfs and Dwarves, I would argue. That's a really good question. Who would actually be exceptionally dominant? I'd probably give it to the Dwarves. I think the Chorfs, the backbone of their economy, if the Dwarves were smart enough, they would take out a lot of their labor camps and things like that. And then as part of that, the economy of the Chorfs would cripple. Because a lot of you got to remember that Chorfs traded a lot. Chorfs traded an awful lot with Chaos factions. It's how they made money. They were procurers of slave trades and things like that. So I suspect, depending on who's doing it, you would hope the Dwarves would win that. But then again, logistics and logical thinking sometimes in lore you can find that lacking. And yeah, valid. Chorfs have like hardly any population, which is the reason why they do have to like rely on slave economy. Play Kairos and teleport to a play without lizardmen. Wait, are they moving? Are they moving all the lizards around that area? I haven't read the patch. I probably should have done. So this is one of the big sad things, right? The reason I don't stream as much anymore, or I stream less, is because I legit work too much. I'll put my hands up and say I do. I should work less. Oh, the cult update. Roger that one, Jimbo. Longbeards that fight the last man is just pain, but it's Dowie, so it's one of those, let's kill them faster. I mean, logically, you'd expect them to fight the last man. There's many, things that within the lore where you'll hear dwarven chants, and they'll keep chanting until you can hear no chanting left, because they've died. It's just what dwarves do. They're stubborn in death, stubborn in life. Like a dwarf could hold a grudge against somebody for years and years and years and years and not know why. They just grudge for the sake of it.
It's like my ancestors' granddad grudged against that faction. And to this day we hate them.
It's like, do you know why you hate them?
No, you stupid manling. We're just supposed to hate them.
Fair enough. Moving on. That is just the Dowie, and that's why I love them. Hey, blindedly. Nice, we should be able to take the settlement out. Why they hate? Yeah, exactly. There's no rhyme or reason or logic to it, unfortunately. Okay, that's lucky that the well, I shouldn't have done the thing. I should have taken money. The rebellion, that was the rebellion that came over. That's a good mage. Where's the bloody ogres go? Let's get another Supreme Sorceress. This is going to be...
Supreme sorceress of Gorge.
that.
Supreme
And then
sorceress
that. Chuck you in there.
my talents.
Since we have a military building in here, fun fact, the rebellions will be stronger. So keep that in mind, alright boys? I want you to keep that in mind. Promise me you'll keep it in mind. So when you've got rebellions, they will be stronger.
Well,
Yeah, they'll be stronger when you have military buildings. Hey OPG, good to see you, dude. When you're against military when you have military buildings in your settlements, your rebellions will be significantly stronger. So remember that. Could get 1k for free, I'll do that. Ain't gonna fight them.
is absurd.
Plus, I don't think she's gonna care too much.
Then choose your
Yeah, beauty. In the main settlement or province, wherever the rebellion is.
dark.
I didn't know that. Yeah. So you can see here the rank 6, or it's between rank 4 and 6 randomly, and it scales on how many military buildings you have.
What is
The more military buildings you have, the higher tier of the rebellion it'll be. So you can see here, this is Night Runners and Skaven Slingers. If I had another military building there, it probably would have been Storm Vermins and Catapults and stuff. So always remember that one. So Alethanar is sieging. If he fights us, we'll probably do a lot of damage, which is what we want. Cometh at me, bro, is what I say to him.
sorceress of Gorge?
Cometh at me, nerd.
Dark sorceress.
Honestly, the Master and the Mage alone with the Dark Conduit clears there. What's everyone's favourite faction, guys? I'm going to fight this one, just do as much damage as possible to slow him down. Do you think in the end, every faction will get the same treatment like Empire factions? I would imagine so, yeah. What I would love to see is factions that are no longer strong, per se, get the love they deserve. Because Greenskins are going to get the love they deserve because of new DLC. Want to resurrect Skarsik? What must I do? Force a rebellion in his capital. Is that actually like the High Elves? Is it Imric? Normally when people like High Elves, it's Imric, usually. Or Eltharion. It's either Imric or Eltharion. Same for Grom, yep. Kazakarat. So Thorgrim. Dragons and magic. Yeah, you can't go wrong, can you, lad? Let me dissect this up. I should probably consolidate my forces into one direction. And try and murder them from one side. Instead of splitting my army like loads. Because the entire purpose of this is to do as much damage as possible. And that means I'm deploying over here. I still think there's value in deploying like really wide. So if I go like this, as long as I reach to the flag, it'll activate it as well. So I'm going to drag like that. And you can see I've activated both with one unit, which is what I want to do. And, ooh, this might be a tricky one. But if I do it properly, so the zone is there. So if I start from here, activate them both with just one unit again. And then we'll do it over here. Start from here and spread it out. Activate both from one with one unit. Absolutely deliciousness. Absolutely bloody delicious. So now I'm going to do maximum damage, basically. And I'm also going to move you over here as well to support. As I'm going to need to help them. And unfair play and have a wonderful night's sleep, my friend. Take care of yourself and thank you for hanging out. The Death Mage is over here just to keep Spirit Leeching Alethanar. That's literally the reason why. And I'm going to chuck Tier 2 tower there. Nah, logically speaking, I have the damage that I need. If I think logically about it, surely the thing that makes the most sense is defending the points that have the least amount of troops. The archers as well are unshielded. No, I wonder if I can actually take the siege tower down. So Miasma's being casted over here. It's an El Clasico. Let's make sure we're shooting the archers here. Ooh, Shadow Walkers need to be shot at. That's 100% out. Move you guys over there. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. These guys are going to get absolutely lasered. I actually could move out and be a nuisance here. There's a trick, a little cheeky trick you can do if you move out. You can block siege equipment. It is very, very cringe to do, but it's a really good strategy, honestly. I'd be intrigued to see if it's going to be good enough. You'll shoot that way, that makes sense. Lethan's going to target me if I do that, though, in hindsight. Be very shocked if we can't take you down. Ouchies, ouchies. Shadow Walkers are very painful. Wow, I'm really unable to kill this. I am very shocked that we didn't kill the spearman here. 3 Dark Shards is crazy that didn't work. Okay, pull down. Yeah, I'm actually quite shocked at that, to be honest. TBH, I am relatively surprised. But we'll go over here. Start Spirit Leeching. You hold the line over here, you move over this side. And we'll just keep Spirit Leeching. So do the 4v4 at the end of the stream? It depends on how late I finish, Eric, if I'm honest with you, matey. I don't want to say yes and then not do it. It just depends how late I finish. And how tired I'll be. How tired. I usually love doing those because it's always good fun to see you guys. Seeing you guys do dumb things. Equally, seeing myself do dumb things with armies. Let's move over here. Let us grab you to reinforce. Spirit Leech of the Thanair again, and let's keep that party going. Let's keep those good vibrations going, you know. If Lethanar's doing this, I'm going to shoot him. Like, surely this is a really big throw by the AI here. He will get lasered by Dark Shards. He's trying to assassinate my mage for literally no reason. Yeah, he's going to take a lot of damage. That's big. That's his clone. I think his clone doesn't do damage. I'm going to have to really desperately try and reposition here. Because I just need to make sure that my units are not caught up. Now, I don't know how well this will do on a wall. I want to cast it out, though. Really well. Wow, I'm surprised by that. Crap, we've lost sign of him. Where's the bloody magic man? Ooh, I should have put barricades. I'm trolling. I have a oh, I don't have a tower over here. I'm actually trolling, boys. Report me, please. Somebody report me. I'm trolling. Yeah, it doesn't do damage. I don't think it did. It has to be upgraded for it to do damage. If I had a tower, I'd know where it's going. So if I upgrade the barricade there and put a tower here, I'll spot him. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to put a tower down to reveal where he is. As an Lethanar kill would be huge. There he is, the little rascal. Eat the Spirit Leech, nerd! Oh, he's in the burn zone. Lethanar is a very squishy lord as well. He's in the burn zone for sure. This is the reason why it's exceptionally important to consolidate your forces. Like, you should not be trying to fight with multiple units at the same time. Like, if I attacked and tried to fight both sides, or all 3 sides properly, I'd have struggled to do everything at once, right? It's the same with ambushes. People oftentimes, they spread their armies so thin, where it's a lot harder to consolidate your forces and get easy kills. The whole point of ambush is to try and, you know, destroy them as quick as possible. And by splitting them up is a really good way of doing that. Do we still have control of this? No, we don't. That sucks. I'm just concerned if I turn around, the silver shields will no longer be protecting them. But I do want them to be more consolidated. Ooh, a cast over there would go hard if they survive for another 30 seconds. So Leith and I have capped this one, but I don't mind. Just going to look for another good cast. Just keep chasing those guys down. Classic that they shoot the barricades. It's so funny. Yeah, pulling these guys down actually may be a really tasty cast option. I think since the tower is destroyed, I can't use it again. But Leith and I taking the L here is huge. I don't want to risk that cast there, honestly. So I can recover ammunition, right? Let me stop wasting ammunition. I'll just Spirit Leech him. He's exceptionally resilient to it. So now, what I want to do is start moving back towards my actual defenses. Grr, let me move over here. Where is he going to cast? If it's there, I'll cast it. Please don't troll me, please don't troll me, please don't troll me, please don't troll me, please don't troll me. Not bad, not bad. It didn't troll me. I just need to get home as soon as possible. I promised my mum I'd be home by 8 PM. It's currently 7:45, I've got to leg it. Got to get back to the victory location, otherwise I might just lose from a capture point perspective. I think if I can use these resources that are remaining, we might be okay, honestly. Like, we've destroyed a lot of them. Tier 3, I think. Tier 4 is usually really inaccurate. All I gotta do is just get my guys back safely. Imagine having to use the ladders your enemies put up to get back in the settlement you were just in. That's a feels bad man right there. That's a I've been dosey-doed. Very limited ammunition on this side, but I just need to make sure they don't capture this one. They're forced to take this one first, but I'm just going to prepare over this way. So imagine the tower point is that one, yeah. It is where I can recover ammunition, so I'm curious to see how I'm going to translate that one. Spirit Leech is decent at actually killing infantry, depending on how low they are. We'll see. We have the options for terror routing and things like that. Sucks that we can't get any closer. I'm just a little concerned about the positioning we're in. I highly doubt he'll be able to win from capturing, because it'll take, like, by the time he's captured this one and moved over here, he'll probably struggle. Who do I have over here that can send through? Nah, the archers can't go through that way. I just need to make sure the mage is spirit leeching where possible. But these guys have ammunition and they're archers. These are shadow warriors, so let's go ahead and shoot them. Gonna let these guys shoot because they're in a position where they can easily fire without being obstructed. The other two are in the way, so I need to move them. Okay, we've got another dark conduit, which is going to save. I honestly think if I can get over here, I may actually win this siege. Ooh, do you know what? I think this is worth. I think that's honestly worth it. It gets me into position faster. Kills everything here as well. Yeah, that's honestly probably 100% worth. As I just need a firing arc right now. I just need a proper firing line, and I'm absolutely chilling. The only concern that I have is the mage is on a mount. So if she wants to try and tussle, she may be able to beat up this chick. But yeah, 45 armor, those spearmen will eat her alive if they try. Ah, shoot, I didn't want the Shadow Warriors to... Wait, how did these guys move up? Am I trolling? Hold on. Charge it from behind here and move them up the hill. That's the fly. That's the gamer move right there. And then you cover that, and then you move over here and shoot. Cover those spearmen. I don't want to lose them for free. Looks like they're trying to bleed me out, which I get. I get it. We have a tier 3 defending this one, so I think their resources will struggle a little bit. I'm going to put a tier 2 tower there just in case. I really dislike the idea of just taking free damage, but I might have to. My only concern is miasmas that may coming my way. Make sure the Shadow Warriors are dealt with. We have ways of recovering barrier, so I'm not too bothered with that. Is that a burning head? Ooh, that is a dirty pendulum. Let's see if I can try and bait the AI in. Just a little concerned with the way this is transpiring, but I honestly think they'll struggle to capture it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these two, and then utilize this guy as a front line if I have to. Oh my goodness. Give him leadership. No! I tried to give him leadership fast enough to keep them alive. Because my mage can't win this now. Damn it. That's really bad for me. Oh my goodness, that's so bad for me now. I think that's just lost me the siege, unfortunately. I mean, unless the horse... You know, we all know historically cavalry is terrible at killing infantry. Killing lords on the floor. You keep shooting here. Oh, she's run away. Okay, big. Right, reinforce. She knows the limitation. No, the eagle's attacking the tower. That's really smart, actually. It's annoying how smart that is. What I'm gonna have to do, I think, if I'm gonna be smart about this, once that tower gets low enough, I can lower the tier of it, and it means they'll be invulnerable. Now, I'm hopeful. Holy moly, your stat line's insane, melee. I think if I play this a little bit better, we might have had the dub here. Is zoom in a mod? No, press N, my friend. If you press N on your keyboard, it does it. That's the default camera setting. It's just since I'm playing a legendary and the battle realism stops me from being able to see things, it's the only way that I can actually find stuff. I'm gonna upgrade it. I'm gonna demote it to tier 2. So I'm gonna have to. I mean, a good effort, lads. Good effort. I'm pretty happy with what we did, in fairness. Because they shouldn't attack us anymore. Hey, Val. We've killed an awful lot of troops here. I'm very happy with this, honestly. Probably killed far more troops than I had any right of doing. But I honestly think I could have won this if I played it a lot smarter. Hey, Shuts. I think on this side I should have pulled from the walls straight away, instead of fighting them on the walls. That was my big mistake. But yeah, we've significantly weakened Elithanar at least. Honestly, 1 unit of Harpies, RR, would be nice. And, Avalo Core. You too, buddy, take care. Hope I'm well, I'm doing well, Val. Hope the same for you. Yeah, we killed a lot of his good units too, which he'll struggle to recruit again. I'm hopeful these all have died. So we've killed 5, 6, 7 Elithanar, maybe 8. Yeah, really, that was honestly a really big win to say that we had just a garrison and a death mage. Very happy with that one. Yeah, how many did we kill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad at all. Got COVID last week? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. But I hope you... Yeah, I'm glad that you're almost 100%. I'm gonna, yeah. I've only had it a few times throughout the entirety of its life cycle. And thankfully, I never lost taste. I feel like it would be such a weird sensation not being able to taste things. I can't envision what that would have been like. Actually, I will recruit units there just in case Grombrindle tries to get fancy with it. Doing this for ourselves as well. Fine with that. Absolutely, or more than okay with that one. And then let's join this one. Ah, is it just a ruin? It's just a bloody ruin, lads. No taste of the default, easy tiger. Where does the where does the name, how did British food get a bad name for itself? You know what I mean? Like, England, I've said it before, England has some of the best cuisine in the world. Like, in London especially, some of the best cuisine in the world. Just because it's French doesn't mean that that matters. It's still located in England. So... It is quite surprising, as an Englishman. We conquered most of the known world, brought back an abundance of spices, and we concluded by eating beans on toast and things like that, and spotted dick. I think English food, like the pub food, is the best. English pub food is like top tier. Pub grub is top. Scottish eggs, Pog. Scottish eggs pops. Yay, beans mentioned. I love me some beans. I actually had ironically, I had a cheese and bean toasty today. I'll put my hands up and I say it's true. I did eat a cheese and bean toasty today. It was delightful. Living the dream? Absolutely. Absolutely. With a mage, we probably would have won this. But I'm very happy we've slowed down Lethanar a lot. Now we can move Malekith over and deal with him. And we'll recruit a home over there properly soon. The money we make from this will be nice. Valkyria's going to beat this chick up, but we can confederate in 3 turns, most likely. Chicken tikka masala is English, isn't it? I'm pretty sure chicken tikka masala is an English dish. Yeti. What's your guys' favorite cuisine? What's your guys' favorite cuisine? Non-aggression, we start off shit. Nah, I'm gonna murder you eventually. No peace, just war. Italian? Yeah, Italian goes hard. I love carbonara. Spaghetti carbonara is goated. I think spaghetti carbonara probably is one of my favorite dishes. As long as you've got a good pancetta, you got really good cheese. Can't go wrong. And as an FYI, cream does not belong in a carbonara. If somebody gives you a carbonara with cream in it, slap them. As they need to be slapped. Alright, we're going to take a bit of attrition now, that's fine. And you can see here, since we only had one 595 size insane. We only had one garrison military building in there, so the reason why it wasn't that strong. We're gonna go here. Does this increase cash? I think this does, doesn't it? Yep. Local regions is overly relevant to my settlement, so I'm gonna actually rush this as well. And then we probably should start getting a situation where we can actually start printing up a lot of money. Carbonara is an American dish, is it? Carbonara origination. Yeah, it's an Italian dish. Yeah, it was made in Rome. Yeah. Apparently, it was a food writer, Alan Davidson, and food blogger and historian Luca Cesari in Rome around 1944. Love Spagball. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Spagball. I'd have to check that properly. Where's the source that Americans made it?
Who seeks me?
Right. Simulate growth does go pretty hard here, actually. Let's go open market. Jibber, was it done by America? Right, guys. Who in the chat knows where it originates?
Cruel sorcery.
Oh, Italian US soldiers. That makes sense.
Limitless.
Right, let's get open markets on the go so we can actually recover our economy a little bit here. And then chuck in these bad boys. I think with the garrison we should be okay.
Forbidden magic.
Hopefully we'll be okay.
Feel my
Are you death mage? Ooh, you might need to be a death mage to kill Grombrindle, otherwise I'm not sure well.
peerless.
I mean, we do still have Shrine of Cain going. So we'll see. How'd you like Slanesh? I feel like no one plays Slanesh. Honestly, ever since I did the no money spend, no loss of Nakari, and I did it and completed it, I honestly lost interest. Hold on. Let me go to thingy. Let me go here. Here. As I am certain I live streamed it. I'm really certain I live streamed it on YouTube as well. It was one of my first live streams. Yeah, here it is. This bad boy right here. No loss, no money challenge. God, I had hair back then. Feels bad, man. So yeah, I spent no money and I didn't lose a single battle, and I completed the campaign. With Nakari. So I've kind of played him too much. Right. So we don't know where their range units are because they're invisible. That's a classic Elgie scheme, but I'm an Elgie myself, so... I think I have to just defend the walls. Oh, and by the way, on Twitch side, guys, ads will be kicking in about 2 minutes. It's migrated south. Aye, it definitely has. It's going to be hard to defend this side of the wall. Proclaim Jon Snow. I still know where my range units will be good. Because I'll get outshot every time. It's a lot harder than I thought. Yes, we can put them on the walls over here and just see how it goes. Oh, not all of them. Oops. Right. I am happy with that for now. And then we'll chuck a tower over here. But let's shoot the archers, because we're not going to stop the those fellas. Shadow Walkers, Shadow Walkers. Yeah, this is what I was worried about, but they are moving up, so they're not taking advantage of their range, which is very good for me. We've got... Oh, of course, since we've got the docked units, we've got golden shields. Love that. Love that addition. Love that for us. Love that for us indeed. Oh, keep moving forward, lads. I mean, 80% rate, 80% missile block chance. I might as well just sit them there. Let's move back with you guys. I don't think you're getting any value there. They don't have a strong lord, which is the reason why I can probably get away with what I'm doing here. They had a powerful lord. This had not been possible. Oh yeah, 100%. If they're moving up like this, we're going to shoot them. We have to take advantage of the AI making mistakes like this. Nice for this campaign to switch things up. Every campaign is just elves, elves, elves. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, fighting nothing but elves is very annoying. As it's just not a fun... Maybe it's just me, but fighting against high elves as a low armor faction is just not fun. Wait, how the hell did you guys die so quickly? Oh, because you're not docked anymore, you muppets. No bloody wonder. I mean, that's probably my bad. They're literally listening to the commands I give them. But the beauty is there, I can still blame them. Yes. We can still blame them, you see. Oh, and by the way, guys, we are sponsored by the wonderful Holy. So if you guys do struggle to drink water and you struggle to have a delicious beverage on hand for a very cost-effective price, I have been sponsored by Holy for multiple months now, and I've been loving their products. They are effectively like a Red Bull, but cheaper, tastes better, doesn't have all the crap like taurine and things in it, no sugar, no nothing like that. On the Twitch side of things, check out on both sides, if you do !Holy, to find out more. I mean, I pretty much consume their products all day, every day. They've got some great stuff. And with them sponsoring us, they allowed us to put up a cash prize for the tournaments we did, which is awesome. I was very happy with that. Let's do a conduit here. It's not going to be all of them, but it's going to be a good amount of units. Wow, that evaporated them. Dear God. Dear God, that evaporated them. What mage are you? Okay, you're a fire mage, which means you're going to kill some of me, but that's fine. Fireball will kill entities, but that's alright. I'll forgive you. Shots over there if we can. Yeah, we'll chuck a tower down here. Let's move you back over. Just trying to keep paying attention to where my units are going. I'm just concerned that I'm doing a lot of friendly fire over here. But I want to take advantage of the additional damage amplifications I'm getting. Thankfully the terrain is garbage and they've fired into their own stuff. They're Shadow Warriors, so I'm going to struggle to kill them. We might get a lot of value. If these guys can somehow pull off a miracle and survive for another 70 seconds, very, very, very unlikely, but it's possible. We'll find ourselves with a really tasty spell there. Reposition you boys here. Prayage indeed. Prayage indeed. We could technically move these guys over, but I'd just rather these guys here. I'm going to turn them around. Hopefully they can hold out for another 40 seconds. We'll see. Let's turn this ship on home. We're doing a decent job of dissecting up the enemy as much as possible here. Let's get a tier 3 in here. Look at how weak those guys are. Ah, they're routed. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate, but what I could do is move them over. Once that tier 3 gets deployed, should be okay. Contact there. These guys have routed. We do have a tower, so let's make sure they're shooting accordingly. I really don't want to be in a situation where I'm going toe-to-toe because I'm outnumbered by a lot. So technically I should never be in a scenario where I'm trying to trade 1-for-1. I'd be interested to know... This is something that will block the damage. So if she casts a fireball, we can hide behind it. There we go. Big brain gaming, you already know, son. Love that. I feel like I've got a bit of a problem now. Is the terminology resting bitch face? I feel like I unintentionally look mad all the time now. Like, even though I'm very, very happy. Oh, this is going to be a Pog Dark Conduit. Come on, please. Wipe out all of them. Oh, yes. That's what I'm looking for. Was that 4 units just wiped out? Now that's a recipe to make me happy. Let's run away from the mage real quick. Just try and get in the cast off. I just want to keep shooting this mage, so we need to keep running away, otherwise we'll friendly fire like crazy. You think we should have some way of slowing her down? If she fireballs, I don't mind, because the amount of damage... Wait, where the hell is that going? How fast is she? 35? 33? Yeah, we should just continue to keep shooting and staggering. Put the barricades up here as well, as a way to replenish ammunition. So we need to keep running, all the while we can keep shooting. I'm going to abandon ship there. Every little helps, as Tesco says. We might be able to turn around and just stagger her to death. Because she may try and cast something, which is what we'll take advantage of. There is a tower we can probably throw up here. Just chuck these guys back in. Lord is going to die, which is really, really good. I just have a tendency to shoot the towers instead of actually trying to be useful. Really unfortunate positioning, though. So how does it work now? How does ammunition replenishment work? Is it just them sitting on it gives them ammunition? I don't know. How does ammunition replenishment work nowadays, guys? Seems no different. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Which means no longer replenishing? Wait, what? I thought that was an entire purpose of it doing it. They put a UI thing where they said it replenishes ammunition. It was a bug? Then why did they say that it replenishes ammunition? Classic CA. It's not a bug, it's a feature until it's a bug. That is such a classic. Oh, it's not a bug, it's a feature, my friends. Oh, it was a bug, guys, sorry. Sorry, it was a bug. My bad. It's like, alright, okay. Alright. It is a bug until it's a feature. Cast that there. Honestly, Dark Conduit is such a pog ability. I love it so much. Love that. I think we actually may be in a very, very, very good position right now. Hold the line here. These aren't shielded and we're shielded. I like my odds there. Nice. Hopefully we can take that one down. Really don't want to be fighting Shadow Warriors in combat, as they will absolutely smoke me. Thankfully got them routed. Oh wow, we actually defended it! Hell yeah. I mean, I knew we were gonna. Yeah, as we planned. Really nice siege defense, this one, love that. Have to move off and off repeatedly. They've removed it, apparently, Augustine, in the latest patch. They've removed all forms of ammunition replenishment now. Which is a sad day. Going on and off. I'm pretty sure they just completely removed it. I'll show you. If you look, we go on it. Doesn't work anymore. It's in the patch notes, yeah. It no longer works. Feels bad. But the thing is, for sieges, it makes sense that it would work. So I don't know why they did it. It legit does make sense that it's a thing. But big sad it doesn't. But one thing I do want to say is, you guys are breathtaking. You guys are incredible. And amazing. And never forget that. What I'm going to do is find you wonderful hunks a new home for tonight. As I am going to go ahead and hit the hay. As I am an exhausted boy. Right. And further reading's a great guy, so we'll go send him your way. Send you guys his way. So, hope you enjoyed that one. Hope it helped with the tips and tricks of today's stream. You guys are incredible. We'll do this next time. Absolute banger of a settlement. Absolute banger of a fight to end on. I always do that to myself. I always give myself really difficult fights to do at the very end of streams. All fun and games, though, friends. All fun and games. But yeah, guys, have a wonderful rest of your morning, evening, night, wherever you may be within the world. I appreciate each and every one of you guys hanging out. Like I said, you guys are awesome. And I will be back tomorrow for a insane challenge. And when I mean insane challenge, I mean it will be an insane, insane challenge that no man should have to suffer. But that being said, have a good one, boys. Take care. And thank you for all the support. Thanks for all the subs, bits, donations. Thanks for all the follows as well. You guys are amazing. Bye-bye for now.